As you might be able to see, it is winter out here, freezing cold, and everything is covered in snow, but it is just barely the beginning of migratory bird season. So today we're gonna see what exactly we can find here in the frozen wasteland of Pennsylvania. It's so cold out. Okay, so I think I either see, it looks like a swan, and it looks like it might be a heron of some kind with a bunch of other little ducks. Let's see if we can get a little closer so I can get a nice shot, and I'm gonna lay down in the snow and get you guys as close as we possibly can. Holy cow, guys, whoa. That is crazy, that is slick. Okay, I'm getting down on the ice to get as close as I can on this shot because they are like right here. Let's see what we got here. My legs are going completely numb, by the way. This is awesome. Gorgeous shot I got here. Absolutely breathtaking. All right, so we got pretty close. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer because I want to get an even closer shot of these guys. Let's go. A guy just told me he was out here ice fishing and he was watching the swans that we just saw, and he said that an eagle was actually dive bombing the swans. So that would be really cool to see. Actually, I would just love to see a bald eagle. Let's see if we can see one of those. I love winter hikes, especially snow hikes when it's snowing like this. Oh, there's a big bird right out there. I think that's a bald eagle, guys. Dude, how cool is that? There's a huge body of water. Well, it's Lake Erie, but there's a body of water up ahead that is not frozen. So we're gonna see what we can see out on this body. Already I can see a ton of ducks. So let's see what else we can see here. I think those big birds, by the way, in that tree over there, they sound like crows. Corvus brachyrenos. And an eagle was dive bombing them. Get out of here, you dash little mess. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I see the crow. The crow's actually on the bottom of the branch. I think those are two eagles sitting in that tree. Dude, I think those are two eagles. Dude, that's sick. I think those are eagles. They're huge. Yeah, we got a lot of beautiful birds. I'm gonna use this as stabilizer for me so I can shoot over and hopefully get a shot. Literally, as I'm shooting, my hand is going to be frozen solid, but I can see right here, there's a bunch of tundra swans, a ton of ducks, looks like some crows along the edge, and a bunch of seagulls, or gulls, sorry. If you're a ornithologist and you're watching this, I know, gulls, not seagulls. Seagulls aren't a real thing, but whatever. They're gull species. Holy cow, this is so cool. Look at all these birds. I would love to be able to have a nicer camera someday that lets me have a bigger screen to look at because I cannot see anything. Let's go ahead and move to the next spot. I'm freezing up. Time to see what else we can find. If you guys don't know, marinas are oftentimes really good places to look for ducks because the water is melted. Especially this time of year, it means that you're going to be able to get a little bit closer to the ducks. So we are going to try to be as quiet as possible and get as close to some ducks as we can to see. Looks like some scops right here. See what we can see. So cold and windy out. Oh my gosh, these snow drifts are like insane. Guys, it's crazy. Right here is my favorite merganser species, probably one of my more favorite waterfowl that you see here in northwestern Pennsylvania. It's the hooded merganser. It's a male and female. The males are sexually dimorphic from the females, meaning that they look differently. The males are this black color, and they have this beautiful hood that has a little piece of white in it, and I just think they look so cool. They're such a pretty bird. The females, which you'll see right here, have this kind of a red punk hairdo, and the females between the three species that we typically see here of merganser, which is the common, the red-breasted, and the hooded mergansers, all look very, very similar. But right here, we actually saw the hooded merganser, a male to female. How cool is that? Oh yeah, baby. Holy crap, it is so cold. The wind, I'm sure you can hear it, is insane. It's like 17. I mean, who knows what the wind chill is. But I want to show you guys one last thing here in this video. Is at the end of this trail is a huge bald eagle nest. And I want to see how close we can get without, ooh, that's icy, dang, that's icy, without getting too close, you know. It's literally right there. As the wind kind of just blows through these trees, it kind of makes me just grateful that we have places like these, natural lands, that we can really get out and get close to nature and experience it. And for me, as a Christian, you know, I believe that conservation and biology is something that we're called to protect places like these and enjoy the wild lands are just a few of my many passions, but to share my experience and my passion with you guys is something I just really felt called to. And honestly, I enjoy making these videos. Man, is it windy. Good all the time. It's kind of weird. Look at all of these birch trees. Ow! Foot! That are just like rotten more or less, and they're cut off at the top. I wonder if this is a result of just wind coming through, or if this was some kind of, like they came in and cut them. It looks like they snapped at the top. It doesn't really look like these were cut. And they're just old, really old trees that just must have, in mass, maybe just been wiped out. That's crazy. Hello. Hopefully there's nothing in there. Dude, look at this. There's a hole here. A hole here, like perfectly circular. And this little teeny little rotten tree, or rather what's left of the tree, like it's short tree piece because I'm like taller than it for once. Sometimes what happens with these trees is microbursts come through, which are really fast blasts of wind, and they just knock the tops of these trees over. So that could be also what happened, because like all of these birch trees everywhere around me are just completely just like snapped off, and they don't look like they've been cut. I mean, maybe they've been cut, but because some of these trees I definitely know have been trimmed and cut, but these look like it's all of the birch trees. Like almost every single one of them is snapped and dead. Weird. Microbursts. If you're ever in the wild and you find yourself freezing cold for survival, this here might save your life. Trees like these are perfect for sheltering down, extremely perfect. So what I'm going to do is keep on hiking. Yeah. Always remember that bark always grows on the outside of a tree. That there might just save your life. This little wetland here, I figured I'd get as close as I can without maybe getting on the wetland ice, because wetland ice can be a little bit sketchy, but I want to show you guys this. Oh, how cool is that? Guys, check this out. Eagles are platform nesters. So like a lot of big birds of prey, when they make their nests, like this one out here, they'll basically find a big area in a tree, take big old pieces of branches, and whoa, the wind almost took my camera down, and just lay it down, creating effectively a platform nest, which is a nest that sets on top of something. So they'll set it on top, and then they lay their eggs, have their babies. And eagles are really cool because they're, for the most part, monogamous creatures, meaning that they have one mate through their whole life, and then they have babies with that mate for years. And the cool thing about bald eagles is that while in the past they were considered to be a very endangered species and imperiled species, today, I'm really worried my camera's gonna go flying. Today, they're actually recovering, and they're kind of a story of conservation success. I love seeing nests like these. They're a huge nest, holy cow. This has been an awesome adventure, an awesome frozen adventure. I'm freezing cold. The hike was great though, in spite of it. It's snowing still, and it's continuing to kind of get a little bit worse, and the wind is getting tough. It's harder to see, so I don't know that we're gonna get any really nice shots, maybe, of any more animals. So I think we're gonna end the video right here. As always, guys, hey, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. And make sure you're hitting that notification bell, because we have more amazing content still coming. Hit that like button. And as always, guys, keep it real, keep it wild, and I'll see you in my next adventures here on Real Wild Adventure.